Hello everyone, I Dr. Tripti Lamba. Today we'll discuss about PHP language basic. So in this video, I will be covering introduction to PHP, what is lexical structure, PHP lexical structure. Then I will be discussing literals, how do we give the comments in the PHP and how do we display the data for the output. Now let's first talk about PHP. In my previous video, I covered about scripting language. So there are two kinds of scripting language. They are client side and a server side scripting language. So in PHP is your server side scripting language, which is basically used on web server. So if you are using a server side scripting language, we need to have some web server with us. So PHP uses your Apache web server. The full form of PHP is Hypertext Preprocessor. It is an open source. It is easily available. It is embedded code and the syntax is very much similar like your Perl, Java and C. And this is very good for creating your dynamic website and is a very powerful language. Now what all we can do with the PHP? As I said, PHP is used for your dynamic website. So your dynamic generation of a web page content. It is used for the database interaction. So processing of the user supplied data. It is used for your emailing, file handling process is available. Then you have a text processing and the network interaction and many more. Now let's talk about what do you mean by lexical structure? As whenever we are writing any code, there has to be some syntax, whether we are using any language, we are using a C, Java, or we are using any scripting language, there has to be some format, there has to be some syntax. So whenever we need to start with the PHP, first of all, we required one editor. We can choose any editor where we will going to write the PHP code. The very first line for the PHP that we need to tell to the system, we are using a PHP. The syntax for that is your less than symbol, question mark, and then we write PHP, and whatever the codes, line of code that you want to write, we can type the line of codes, and at the end we need to end by question mark and greater than symbol. So this is a one way of using it. And there is another way, which is the short version of this tag, which is just you need to write less than, question mark, and then the lines of code, and then you need to end by question mark and greater than symbol. So we are omitting PHP. So there are two ways whenever you write any PHP code. Now one more thing you need to keep in mind, that each and every line that we write, it need to be terminated as we used to do with MySQL or in a C language. Also you people are doing it. So each line need to be terminated. Now let's talk about a one simple page. Suppose say I want to display output as hello world using a PHP page. Now for that I written a code. I have embedded my PHP in this HTML. So the very first line, whenever we have to write any web page, I'm using an HTML, then we start with the tag HTML, right, which telling you the beginning of my web page. Then you may put heading, you may put title. I close the title, then you have end the head tag, and then you started a body tag, right. So in the after that you need to embed your PHP. As I just now said, the lexical structure of PHP, that yes, I am beginning with my PHP code. The representation is less than, question mark and PHP, and then you need to write the lines of the code, and then I close my PHP, and then you have I have closed my body tag and then the HTML. So I want to tell you this through the example. Let me execute this code. Just hold on. Okay. As I said, this is your web page, PHP page, right? So if I'm saying it's a PHP page, it is a server-side scripting language. So you need to be connected with the server for this. So I open an editor, suppose say this is Notepad, and then I save it. Then I have copied that particular code, and then I have paste in my this Notepad editor. Any editor you can choose. So as I said, so this is the beginning of the PHP, right? This is how you start with the PHP page, and then as I said, we need to terminate by a semicolon, and then equal, we will be doing how we display any output in the PHP is with the help of a echo or a print statement is there. So I have used out here echo, right? So this is echo, then whatever the string that you want to have the output, right? For that I put that in a quotes. You can either choose a single or a double quotes, and here I have used a tag, P tag, that is your paragraph tag, that is your HTML tag, and then I have closed it. One thing you need to keep in mind, any of your tags that we have already learned in the HTML, all can be embedded in a PHP provided that you put in a quotes. If I simply write a P, then you will get an error, right? So this is how we do it. Now for this, if I want to execute this particular program, you need to connect with the server, right? So in this case, in my system, I have a VM. So you can have any web environment, VM, LAMP, XAMPP, any environment you can have. So in my system, I have installed VM. That will be consist of your, I have Apache also, MySQL also. So first you need to start the VM. So this is how we start. First of all, you need to install it, and then you need to start your VM. I hope this is visible now. So green shows that now my VM is working. All right. So this is how we start our VM. Now I go to my file. I created one file. I write save as. Now you need to save in a particular folder because you have to connect with the server. So let me save it. You need to go to the C, right? So whenever you have done the installation, right, for the VM, it has been installed in my C drive. So automatically in the C drive, the VM folder will appear. You need to double click it. In the VM folder, you can see there is one folder, www, need to click there. Now here I can create a one folder. It is always better to create a folder. Suppose say I created this folder by my name, right? I have created this particular folder. Now whatever the task, whatever the question that I will be doing it, web pages that I will be making it, I am saving in the Tripti folder. Now suppose say I write the name as hello.php. Please mind it out. You need to write the extension PHP, you should not forget it, and then you need to write out save as all files. If you forget this, then by default TXT will come and then your PHP file will not going to execute. So this is how we save it, and I write save. Now as I said, I have started my services VM, right? Green should appear. If green is not coming, then you need to start all the services. And then I am using a local computer, so from the local host you can go local host, and then this kind of screen will going to appear. Now this is my Tripti, and here I created a file by the name hello.php. Now I have got a one error. So the error is in line 9, and there is some problem with the quotes it's saying. Now let's switch over again to the code, right? So this is how you get a error in a PHP, right? You get a parser error, and we're going to inform you in which particular line you got the error. Now let's go back to the file and let's check it out in the line 9. What is the error? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm having a problem out here. I have made a copy paste from the PPT. So whenever you make a copy paste, there is some problem in the quotes, right? So manually I can write the single quotes, and then I save it again. I write save, and let's go to the execution part, and I got the output as hello world. So this is how we get the output. All right. Now let's go back to our slide. I hope now this is clear to everyone. I repeat again, to execute any PHP code, first of all you have to go to the particular editor. Go to that particular editor, type the code, save it with extension .php, and do not forget to type save file type as all files. Once it's done, you need to save in a particular folder because you are using a web server. So this WAM was been installed in a C drive. I went to C, there I went to a WAM, and there www, in there I created a one folder by my name, and then I have saved a particular file by the name hello, and then you can start the services WAM, and from the local host you have executed that particular file. So this is a way to execute any PHP page. Now next is a literals. Now let's talk about what do you mean by literals. Now all literals are that all string must be enclosed in a single or double quotes. Just now we have seen in the previous example, I want to print a text hello world. So I have closed that in a single quotes, which I corrected also, right? So either you can use, if it is a string, either you can use a single quotes or a double quotes. If it is a number, you just need to type as it is without a quotes. You can have a boolean also values. It will either take as a true or a false. So these are literals. Now let's talk about the comments. Now what is comment? Comment is, it does not take part in the execution, right? But it is always preferable to have a comment in your line. Suppose say you have created any web page, you can just a kind of a note you can give, right? So what that particular code is about, you want to write something about a particular line, there you can write as a comment. So there is a way of writing it, there is a syntax. So in the PHP there are two ways of writing a comment. One is your single line comment. Suppose a particular line you want to make a comment, I can have a single line, and how do you do it? With this // either I can use a slash or I can use a hash, but the very first one, the // is more preferable. And for a multi-line, suppose say you have more line of quotes, for that also you can give a comment. For that slash star and then the line of quotes star and slash. This is how we give a comment in a PHP. So this is the example how we have given. The very first one was your single line comment. I want to write this is a comment, and when we talk about a multi-line comment, so you represent by slash star number of lines and then terminate by first star and slash. So this is how we give a comment. Now as we just now did the program echo hello world. So there are two ways for the output, that is for the displaying the data. There are two constructs, they are print and echo. They can be used with or without brackets, and you need to note that data displayed by the PHP is actually parsed by your browser as HTML. There was a problem of the quotes just now you have seen, so it has shown the parser error, so you corrected that particular quotes, so your data is displayed by the parser, right? Then you have a echo. Let's now see what is the difference between echo and a print. So both are used to display the data. Now echo is a statement which is used to display the output. It can be used with parenthesis or without. Now this is a very important line. Echo can pass multiple strings separated as comma. So you can have multiple string. I have written hello world, then I can write comma, hi, comma, by, like that you can have multiple string. Each and every string can be separated by a comma. It does not return any value, and this is much faster than your print. Now let's talk about a print statement. This is also used to display the data, similar like your echo. It can be used with parenthesis or without a parenthesis. Now this is the difference between echo and a print. It does not pass multiple arguments, whereas your echo passes multiple arguments. It always return 1, and it is pretty slower than your echo. So this is the difference between your echo and print statement. So same, the example has been shown to display the data, right? The first one has taken echo statement is there, and another is a print. Yes, students, you need to take care of the BR. BR is what? BR is a line break. That is a HTML tag. We can embed HTML tag in a PHP provided that you put in a quotes. You can try by yourself. If you just like BR and you do not put in a quotes as you used to do it in HTML, it will give you an error, right? So this is how we represent any HTML tag can be embedded like this. Now, this is also very important, escaping characters. Many times it happens that I want the output where I am using the special characters, right? For example, suppose I want to print clear orally, right? Now, I want this apostrophe. Suppose say in a hello, in a quotes I want as an output. So, what you will do? Now, some characters are considered special, right? Just now you have seen, I just shown you, one was a quotes. I want my hello to be printed in a quotes. I want as a orally, I want that to need to be have an apostrophe. So, they are all the special characters. Computer won't, if you write in a PHP page, it will not able to get it. You are writing for as a literal, for that you are writing a quotes or as a single quotes. For that, it can be used with the escape. Right, you need to write a backslash. Now, this is how we write it down. I want the exact output as clear, orally, O as apostrophes, and then said hello. Hello, I want in a double quotes. Now, this double quotes, this apostrophes, right, this is an special characters. So, if you want that to be printed with the help of the PHP page, how do we do it? You write echo is for display, yes. Now then I need to, if I'm taking any string that I want to, I want as an output, so you have written a quotes, clear, and then O, but this is the special characters, I need to write a slash, and then I have written a word, right. Similarly, for the, then I've written said, and then I'm writing a hello. Now hello, your this, it is in double quotes which I want exact output. Now it need to be followed like slash, you need to put it. This is how we write any escape special characters. So thank you so much. I hope you like my video. If you like it, kindly like and subscribe it. Thank you so much.